Hi guys, I'm Cindy and my channel is Scrapbook, and today we are going to be participating in the ABC April challenge, and today's letter is A. If you don't know, the collab has been set up by Crafts by Tony and Seven Plaza, and today is A, like I said, and I kind of kicked around another idea, and we're going to do an honorable mention at the end. But what we're going to make is accordion, and I have this one made. We're going to be using today, we're going to be using our paper bags, paper cutter, scissors, glue, and some little brads if you want that, and a hole punch. You don't have to make this. You can also make it with just a little Velcro closure, or the little piece of paper that you flip up and it kind of holds the thing down. Like this is a piece of paper and it kind of just holds the top down. I don't know what that's called, but like I said, if you want to see the honorable mention, stick around to the end and I will explain to you how I made this. Marguerite had made from Seven Plaza had made a little accordion tag, and I had made a bunch of them for my girls that I had made junk journal kits for. But this is basically based on that in a roundabout kind of way. So, but instead of book pages, today we're going to be using paper bags. I had never made them out of paper bags before. This one is made out of this size. I want to show you that you can make them out of any size. We're also going to be using the number 2, and I'm going to make them out of this size, which is, I don't know, but let's measure it and see what it is. It is about 6 by 12 and a quarter. So we can make them out of that one. And basically we're going to just go ahead and start. Like I said, this one was made out of the 4. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show y'all how I cut the bags. We're going to cut them in 2 different ways. We're going to make the smaller one the same way that I made this one, and then we're going to make the larger bags in a different way. So and you cut them in 2 separate ways. These have already got flattened. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our paper cutter. Oh, here it is. And if you haven't watched me before, I clamor and make mistakes, and yeah, that's the way I am in real life. It's not just in the craft world. And I choose to leave it in, not only because I can't edit my videos. I'm learning, but yeah, I want to show y'all that if you make a mistake, that we can still get through it, and there's no reason to throw it out. So basically what I did was I cut the bottom off. Just cut it off right there at the crease. So we have just a little open bag, and I kind of want to even these up. The other ones I cut at 4 3/4, so that's what we're going to cut this one at, these at. It kind of gets rid of that little, this little thing here. So we're going to put that to the side, and then I will show you how I cut the other ones in just a minute. Now you don't need a bone folder or a creaser or anything like that. You can just kind of flatten them out. You can use a credit card. You can use whatever you want. You can just use your hands. It'll be okay. Just kind of flatten these little guys out like this. I'm going to line them all up to where they have. And see, these are actually different kinds of bags. They are just the same size. And you want them to be relatively the same size. See how uneven those are? That's going to be okay, because I'm going to show y'all how to fix that. Ran into a couple of problems with the first one, with the prototype, and hopefully we don't run into those again. But if we do, we'll just keep on going. It'll be all right. Okay. What you want to do first is you want to take your glue, make sure that it's going to work, and you want to open up. I'm putting this towards the bottom because I don't want the chance of it being seen when you open the little ephemera holder. And we're going to basically kind of take it along the bottom, and we're just going to glue them down. We just want to make little bags out of our bag. Take a bag, cut it up, and make another bag. That's what we're doing. And you're just going to kind of take just a little thin bead of glue along the bottom. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be all the way to the bottom. Just as long as you get it sealed shut. I'm sure this is nothing new. I'm sure someone's done it before. I haven't seen it, like I said. I've seen lots of people make accordion things. I haven't seen this particular one, and I thought it would be neat to just make them all out of the same kind of paper and to be able to keep my things in when I'm going to go crafting somewhere or what have you. Okay, so these, nope, see, clamoring, there we go. These are the parts that we glued together. This is closed, this is open. Okay, so we're going to turn the first one over, and we're just going to go along through here. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to line the top up with the other one and the sides as close as we can get. Just going to kind of wiggle them around until he's in place, and then glue them down. Okay, and the next one, whoops, next one we'll do the same way. And you're going to want to line the top up and the sides close as you can get it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's junk journal ephemera holder, so nothing is perfect. Now we're going to make these and hopefully not make the video too long because I want to get through both of them. And like I said, I want to do that honorable mention at the end because I had made something for my son's journal, and I think it's kind of cool, but I didn't think everybody would really have a niche for it, and I think everybody can use an ephemera holder. So, but I still want to show y'all because it's pretty cool, and yeah. And if you have the supplies to do it, by golly, I would do it because, well, I think it's cool. Okay, so now we have our little accordion. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut the paper to make the little policy envelope. So in here, you can see it has a little bit of a gusset, I guess, not a gusset. Spine. So I don't know the terminology, guys. So we're going to cut it just ever so slightly bigger than what our bags are, if you can see that. And we're going to try not to measure. I'm going to try and get Krabby Carl out as little as possible because, well, he's still not playing nice. Probably never will. But that's okay. As I've said before, we have a relationship and we understand each other. So it's going to be all right. This I've already cut the little policy closures out of. But, oh yeah, we're going to have to get him out. Okay, he's already on the ready. So let's get him up here. And clamoring, we will kind of measure and see what we're going to want to do. Now with this paper, I'm going to want this to be my flap because I think it's cute. And so we're going to flip it over. So now our flap is on the top. This is our bottom. So we're just going to take it And we're just going to kind of scoot them over a little bit so we have a little bit of space. And we're just going to mark it right there. That looks like a good spot. My goodness. I love spring. I really do. But whew, gets me every year. Gets me. So we are going to put, I can't remember where he actually cuts. I think it's right on the line. We'll see. We will see. Rather cut it a little bit bigger than smaller. Come on, bud. Get with the program. There we go. Not really measuring. I'm just going by the size of the bag. That way y'all can use any size bag that you may have. And you can just see how to go about it without the actual measurements. Okay, so let's check this out. That's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and erase this line, even though it's not even going to be seen. Now we're going to get out our scoreboard. We don't have to have a scoreboard. You can basically just kind of score it. And I'll explain that as we go. But I'm going to show it for the people who do have a scoreboard today. This is my, that's my closed side. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to put it in. We're going to put it on our paper. We're going to see where our bags end, for lack of a better term. And I'm going to go with, 5, even though it's going to be a little bit of an overhang on the top. That's okay. We're going to go with 5. And then we're going to come over 1, 2, 3 little lines. That's 3/8 of an inch. And then what we're going to do, I said no measuring, so I'm going to try and keep this as easy as possible for me and you. Okay, we're going to take, and we're going to kind of get our paper to cooperate. This is kind of thicker paper and it does like to crack, so we're just going to try to keep from spraying it. We're just going to get it to do what we need it to do. Okay. So we're going to come over and we're going to do 5 again. And like I said, if you don't have a scoreboard, you can just fold it. I'll show you how in just a sec. We're going to come over 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3. I have my glasses on. I don't really see well in distance with my glasses. So, and yeah, we got most of the writing anyway, so that's good. Okay. So if you don't have a scoreboard, what you're going to do, you're just going to put your little guy down and you're going to make a little mark. Make a little mark here. Mark it. And then you would take something, a ruler, and you can just take it and make sure that it's, maybe make 2 marks, measure it, measure it, say, oh, it's 5 inches. Okay, so mark a little mark here, it's 5 inches. Line your little ruler up and take and fold your paper. You would just fold it over, and then you can make your, oh, see, cracked it. That's okay. It's just for my desk. Then you would take and do your little spine, however thick you want it. You don't have to have a spine in these. That's kind of the beauty of them. They are very forgiving. I've noticed because of making the first one. That was a learning experience. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to not make all of the mistakes again. And I think I already have. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. We'll just cut a little off. See, I'm gonna show you what I did. Somehow, who knows, I have made the front just a hair too long. So this here is just a little bit too long. So we're just going to take and we're going to cut a little bit of it. No harm, no foul. what is it that Miss Julie says? There's no mistakes, only difference. That's what she says. And I like that. Kind of reminds me of Bob Ross. Happy little accidents. Okay. So here is our opening. Make sure your opening is facing up. That's one mistake that I made. Okay, and you do have this little spine in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it up on our spine. See if that fits a little bit better. That fits better. We're going to set it up on our little spine. Like this. And we're going to put our glue down the center again. Just down the center. You don't want to put it on the sides because then it doesn't open right. Ask me how I know. No. Somebody said that in a video. I don't remember who it was, but somebody did. I remembered it. So we have it standing up on our spine. And we're just going to put it on there and we're going to lay it down. Here's our spine right here. We're not gluing it on the opposite side of our spine. We want our spine to be able to sit flat. So, crummies. Okay. So we're going to sit it back up on our spine. So now we have it like this. And we're going to take and we're going to glue this one down the center. Oh, goodness. So we're going to glue it down like that. There we go. There's our little policy envelope. Now I'm not going to do the button string closure. I'll do that on the next one just in case you guys have already seen it. You don't really care to see me clamoring around with that. I'm not going to put you through it. We're just going to keep on trucking along, but I am going to round the corners. Just because otherwise I'll ink it later and realize I didn't round the corners, and then I'll have to re-ink it. So, because I am going to use these, I think they're ever so cute. There we go. Okay, there's number 2. Number 3, we are going to end up with, these are the ones that were, what, 6 by 12 1/4? Yeah, 12 1/4. We're going to end up with these size bags. Now, I'm only using 3 on this. I used 5 on the other. I'm only going to use 3 on this one because what we're going to end up doing is we're going to fold these in half like this to make our pockets. So we'll end up with 6 pockets. What I'm going to show you, let me move these out of the way. What I'm going to show you is how we're going to do the other ones. We cut right here at the end of the bag, and save these bags because I have an idea for them. Save these ends. We're going to fold this one down so we get more of the bag. And we're going to, you can take scissors, you can take a craft knife, you can cut it. I'm just going to use my other cutter. And we're going to get as close to that bag as we can. Usually I put this along the straight side. We'll see how straight I got it. But yeah, save these. I saw Julie at Camilla Crafts Designs do something with these, and I definitely want to try that, but I have an idea for another one too. Okay, so now we have our bigger bag, and what we're going to do, we're going to reach inside, and we're just going to flatten these guys out. You can use that first crease to kind of get it started. Something on there. Yeah, recycle. Who knows? Just going to flatten this guy out. You definitely don't want to use food bags for storing your ephemera, because if there's grease, you don't want to use them anyways, because if there's grease or something on it, you know, it's kind of, it can start to smell, it can damage your ephemera. We don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to do that. These, wondering if I want to cut them. Yeah, I think I do, because these are going to matter just a little bit more. So we're going to get old Krabby Curl out. And we're going to do trying to get them stacked up as even as possible because I don't want to put y'all through the torture of me cutting each bag individually. You would probably want to cut these individually and actually possibly measure them. I'm not going to do that. I make long enough videos. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to edit because I tried making a video the other day of how I made some of the ephemera that went into the kits, and I made an 1.5 hour long video, and I'm trying to figure out how to cut it up, but I think I'm gonna have to just refilm it. But I tell you what, every time I get into that thing and try and watch to see where I can chop it up, I'm sorry, but I'm laughing at myself because it's, yeah, pretty funny. Not that I think I'm hilarious, but I think that my mistakes and some of my choice of words are a little bit silly sometimes. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up our edges just like that. Let's double check that one, Cindy. Come on now. Oops. See? Line up our edges. Kind of come down to the middle and squish it out. Again, we're going to line up our edges. Make sure our edges, our corners are pretty well in line. And we're going to squish it out. If these aren't exact, it's going to be okay because we're going to have the unevenness at the bottom, so they'll look even on the top. These are decently, Carl did a pretty good job. Proud of them. Not going to brag on them because, well, it is Carl. Okay, now these are going to be a little bit different because you're going to get 2 pockets out of 1 bag. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue the center of it. Glue it down. We're going to glue the center of it. You probably could go a little bit wider with these because these are kind of wide. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. No, don't stick your hand in the glue. And again, we're going to line up our edges and line up our corners as best we can. Oh, this bag's a little bit bigger. We're just going to make him overhang the same amount on both sides. So everything can still be centered. Okay, we're going to open the middle and we're going to just, come on, buddy. I'm going to glue a little bit there. Oops. There we go. I think I need to fill my glue. I need to order some more. Do you have a problem ordering art glitter glue where you are? If it's out of season, like it's going to get too cold to order? Does it happen where you live? Happens here where I live in the Midwest. They will not ship it until it warms up, and it's kind of scary in the middle of winter when you think you're going to run out of glue. And here it is almost warm enough, and yeah, I need to order some because I'm going through it. Oh, looky there, looky there. You know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right, I promise. Let's try this again. Oh, come on. I think as soon as I'm done with this, I need to order some glue. Because I know my refill bottle is empty. Hopefully I'm not sticking my big gray head in the frame. If I am, I apologize. What you want to do is you want to line that one up. I think I folded this one crooked, and that's what caused our problem. Yep, that's what caused it. Okay. So we're going to refold this guy. We're going to take him and we're going to line him up ever so gently with his fellows. And we're just going to recrease him a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we're going to take, and then we're going to put some glue in. glue it down. Just like that. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to make his folio. Now, I'm not sure that one 12 by 12 piece of paper is going to work. And if it doesn't, I'm going to show y'all how to fix it. No worries. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our front and we're going to flip it over. We're going to line them up over here a little bit. And we're just going to make a little dash over here. Whoops. We're going to make a little dash over here where we want to cut. I'm going to kind of check it out real quick, see what's going to happen. I don't know what that is. I think it may be ink, hopefully. Okay, one 12 by 12 is actually going to work. Yay. I wasn't sure if it would. And I had an idea how to fix it if it didn't. And maybe I will go ahead and show y'all how to fix it just in case it doesn't quite. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay. Show y'all how to fix it in case your paper, in case you're using bigger bags. I mean, who knows? Maybe you have grocery bags. Maybe you have a size 14. I don't know how big they actually get. I don't know anything about sizes of bags. I just know that I like playing with them. My husband gets the biggest kick out of me taking things and making them into something new. And I told him, I said, that is the draw of junk journaling. That's like the whole thing of it. You take things that could easily be discarded and go into a landfill, and you make something out of them. Oh, looky there. This one's going to be the same height as our last one. How about that? Okay, so we're going to go. We'll try to get it right this time. I will try. Y'all just watch. Watch and find out if I do. Stay tuned. Okay. Talking so much. I want to make sure that that is my front. And we're going to do it at 5. We're going to do, and then we're going to go over 1, 2, 3. And if you are new and you don't have all the tools, I highly suggest a scoreboard. Scoreboards are amazing and very useful, and you will get your money's worth out of it. Y'all can check on like Facebook Marketplace or eBay or your local charity shops. I actually found one years ago at a charity shop, and I still use it today. It's my little one. This little guy, I think it's Martha Stewart. Yeah, it's Martha Stewart, and it's got some sort of envelope thing on the back, but I've never used it. It's probably pretty useful, but I've never used it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and fold in our spine. And then from there, we're going to try this again, and hopefully 5 works. If not, we'll cut off a little sliver off the front. I'm kind of worried about this flap. Cut that, or score that, and then we're going to come over and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. How did I do? Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Ease our paper into submission. Just kind of sounds like the rest of the family is up. Hopefully they see my door is shut and try to keep the noise down, but if not, excuse us. We're a loud family, and yeah. The way we are. There we go. So now we have a little folio. And that is how it's going to look. Oh, cute, cute. Okay. So let's round the corners real quick. Because like I said, if I don't, I end up inking, and then I always have to re-ink. what we're going to do is we're going to do the front first. We're going to make sure that it's in that spine, it's standing up in that spine. We're going to take and we're going to put, hopefully this didn't stop up while we were waiting. Okay. And because this is the front, I'm going to do just a little bit more glue on it. Probably overkill, but I know how heavy-handed I can be. We're going to make sure it's standing up in our spine. Try and get it even on the sides. If you wanted to, you could corner around the bags. I don't think I'm going to. I may end up doing it later, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, so that stands up in our spine. Now we're going to glue the back down. I'm not shaking the camera. Stand it up in that spine, and we're gonna just close it up. Give that a second to set up. Okay, during the meantime, I'm going to show you what I would do if I wasn't happy with how big this flap was. What I would do is just basically take and fold this piece of paper to where it met here on the top along this crease, and then I would make the little 1, 2, 3 on our scoreboard, or the 3/8 score, and I would fold it down, and then I would just basically kind of cut it off to wherever I want it, round the corners, and then continue on. But our paper was long enough. I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I did not know what I was doing, like most days. So now we're going to work on the policy envelope. I won't put you guys through the inking. I will ink my circles because I want them inked. And we're going to take, this is, what is this, a 1-inch? And we're going to cut out 1, 2, 3, 4 with that one. Let's see, decide on which ones I like, those two for my fronts. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with that little one. This is 5/8, I think. No, it's not. How big is this? I don't know. Let's see. The 1/2 inch. I don't know. I just grabbed one that looks like the right size. Okay, we're going to put that to the side. And if you want to put brads in it, I'm going to show you how to put it in. If you wanted to, you could put it in before you glue the bag in, but then you would still have the brad here. So what I decided to do is, quite honestly, I forgot to do the one here. I was still going to do the top one that way, but I forgot to do the one here before I glued in the first one. I just decided to make them like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our big ones and we're going to double them up. Just put a little glue on there. Actually, no, scratch that. Ay. We're going to double up our singles, our small ones, I mean. We're going to double those guys up. See, this is my life. This is how I am everyday life. Yeah. Believe it or not, I actually have a big kid job and I'm pretty responsible there, but you know, this is home. This is fun. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pokey tool. You can use a needle, a nail, whatever. And you're just going to find the center of this, and you're just going to poke a little hole. I'm going to wallow it out a little bit because my brads are kind of got big legs, like me. Okay, so you wallow it out a little bit, find the center-ish, And we're going to poke our little legs through the first one. And then we're going to open it up. I'm really going to flatten those out. Just get you something flat and just push down on it. Come on now. Give it a program, City. There we go. Put your little legs in. Come on. Separate them. And just flatten them out. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to glue this to the second one here. Hopefully my big head is not in this video. Okay. I kind of tried something new, so we'll see how that works out for me. It's not in the center, but that's okay. Don't forget to ink your little guys before you put them on. I have showed you in past videos if you do forget to ink, how to ink, but if we can remember, we'll try and do it. Good enough. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to take, for one, we're not doing both. We're going to put the back on one because we want to give a little bit of room for the string. Okay. And the second one, we're going to take off just a little bit of string. I'm going to flip this guy over. Put some glue on him. Put your string in, kind of squish them down in the glue a little bit. And then we're going to take this guy and we're going to trap our string in there. Now I've seen these done all kinds of ways to where people just put the closures on and then they just tie a little piece of string around it. Like I said, these are going to be hopefully used quite a bit, and I hope that I'm in hopes that this works out better for me. So now I want to glue the one with the string on the top. That way when I flip it open, the string's not hanging down in my lap. It's going to be back there out of the way. I guess it would work either way, but I put the other one on the top, so we're going to do that. We're going to go with that. And I think this is center-ish. I tried measuring, but I'm not going to do math right now. I'm just not doing it. Excuse me. So we want to find center-ish. Go right there. Put glue all around. There we go. And we're going to come down here. We're going to put glue all around it. And try to line her up a little bit. That works. Okay. Let that set up for a while. And there we have, let's see, I think I can do it without pulling it off of there. We'll see. Now, if I make it too tight, I'm afraid I'll pop it off of there. Okay. Just do that. Come back down. What I like to do to the string, especially because it's old twine, I like to tie it because it likes to fray. And I like to control the fray and then cut a little tail for it. And there we have it. There's our 3 ephemera policy holders. Policy envelopes, holders, envelopes. I don't know. Whatever. We'll think of what to call them. So that was accordion. Now I want to show you my honorable mention that I promised. This is my son's journal that I'm working on for him. And this, hopefully the glare isn't too much. This is a little acetate pocket, I guess. But I'm going to be putting sequins in there and making a little tag for him. And then I don't know if I'm going to make it into a tag or a pocket. I haven't really decided yet. These have been an ongoing thing for quite a while. What I did is I took a transparency, you know, got them from the thrift store, and they happen to be yellow. I hope that glare isn't doing too much. I'll try and keep it to a minimum. I stamped on the acetate, and I put a paper behind it that had a scene on it. I actually stamped this. You can use anything. If you want to use something like ledger paper and then put a piece of acetate on top and stamp numbers on it, that would be kind of cool to be able to flip it up, and then you have just the plain ledger paper. But basically it's just a layering type thing, and I put a oh, I can't remember what they're called now, but yeah, those things that I fight with all the time. So that is my honorable mention for that. And if you guys want a video on it, I will definitely make one for you. Just let me know. And that is it for today. I hope you give me a thumbs up if you stayed this long, you like the video. I would appreciate any and all subscriptions. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps small channels grow. And yeah, so thanks for stopping by, and hopefully you made it this long, and hopefully you had a couple of giggles and grins along the way. I'm happy to spread the joy with people laughing at me. Makes me happy. So much love to all, and you have a good day, and thank you.